A federal high court in Abuja has refused to grant the bail application of suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, the federal government says it has secured free visa access for Nigerians arriving from Ukraine through the borders of Romania and Hungary. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Gabriel Aduda, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday. He said the ministry was fully aware of all the challenges Nigerians crossing into countries bordering Ukraine, especially the Polish border, were facing, and it is taking adequate measures to ease these challenges. Meanwhile, the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in Hungary, in a public travel advisory, has informed Nigerians arriving from Ukraine that the government of Hungary has enacted Decree 56/2022, which permits third country nationals with valid Ukrainian resident permits to enter Hungary on a temporary basis without a Schengen visa. Also, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission asked Nigerians to contact the Romanian embassy if they encounter difficulties. At number 9, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission may be weighing up reopening its investigation into alleged fraud cases that have been put on hold, including a multi-billion naira fraud at Nigeria's central bank. The bank is headed by GODWIN EMEFIELE. GODWIN EMEFIELE has headed the bank since 2014. Recently, there have been speculations he may be running for the presidency come 2023. Though certain groups have emerged using him to run, the man himself is yet to indicate any interest. The case against Mr. Emefiele comes on the disbursement of a loan facility being managed by the director in charge of the CBN agricultural loans. When this revelation first came to light in 2021, it was gathered that the CBN governor got very jittery and fought hard to stop the investigation. He is said to have reached out to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abba to wade into the EFCC investigation. But the CBN brushed off that allegation, saying it distributed billions of naira as loans under the Agricultural Credit Guarantee Scheme Fund to farmers. At number 8, the Independent National Electoral Commission has published the Notice of Election Form EC60A for the 2023 general elections. The Notice of Election was published by the electoral body on Twitter on Monday. The Commission tweeted, "At INEC, and in line with the first activity in the timetable and schedule of activities for the 2023 general election, the Commission hereby publishes the Notice of Election Form EC60A today, Monday, 28 February 2022. At the weekend, INEC released a comprehensive timetable and schedule of activities for the 2023 polls. From the schedule of activities, the 2023 polls begin on February 25th with the presidential and National Assembly elections. At number 7, Bulgaria has fired its defense minister, Stefan Yanev, over his restrained comments on Ukraine, notably not referring to the crisis as a war. Bulgarian Prime Minister Kirill Petkov made this known on Monday, adding that an extraordinary government session would approve Yanev's resignation. Petkov said, "No defense minister of mine can use the word operation instead of the word war." The sack comes days after Yanev, who is considered close to Bulgaria's pro-Russian president, Roman Radev, stopped short of referring to the conflict in Ukraine as a war, but military operation, in a television interview and a subsequent post on social media Facebook. At number 6, the multinational joint task force says scores of Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists stockpiling foodstuffs ahead of this year's Ramadan have been killed. MNJTF added that the logistic supplies of the terrorists were impounded in Kirawa on Nigeria's and Cameroon's borders. In a statement on Monday, the spokesperson for MNJTF, Mohamed Dole, explained that the operation was conducted by the troops of Sector 1 Cameroon, killing several Boko Haram and ISWAP insurgents. Many terrorists were also said to have fled with gunshot wounds, while many materials and assorted foodstuffs were seized during the operation. At number 5, China's Ministry of Science and Technology has issued a list of the top 10 domestic scientific advances of 2021. The list was issued by the High-Tech Research and Development Center on Monday. The selected achievements include the Taiwan 1 Mars probe's successful landing on Mars, the successful launch of China's space station core module Tianhe, Shenzhou 12 and Shenzhou 13 manned spaceships' successful launch and docking with the core module. Other advances include the starch synthesis from carbon dioxide, lunar evolution revealed by lunar samples brought back by the Change 5 mission, The mechanism of SARS-CoV-2 evading antiviral drugs and the world's largest fast radio burst sample detected by the 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope, amongst others. At number 4, the European Union has announced sanctions against Russia's central bank. The sanctions came into force after being published in the Union's official journal in the early hours of Monday. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the sanctions include a ban on transactions with the Russian financial institution. The bank's assets in the EU will also be frozen in a bid to block financing for Russian President Vladimir Putin's war against Ukraine. The Russian currency has already been weakened, which will bring further hardship to Russians. At number 3, Ukraine has listed its demands in the ongoing talks with Russia, including an immediate Russian ceasefire and troop withdrawal. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky listed the demands on Monday when a Kyiv delegation arrived for talks with Russian negotiators on the 5th day of the Kremlin's offensive against the country. He also demanded an immediate European Union membership for Ukraine. In a statement ahead of the peace talk on Monday, the Ukrainian presidency said the Ukrainian delegation arrived at the Ukrainian-Belarusian border to take part in talks with representatives of the Russian Federation. The key issue of the talks is an immediate ceasefire and the withdrawal of troops from Ukraine. At number 2, governors of the 36 states under the aegis of the Nigeria Governors Forum have written to the Senate rejecting the proposed electricity bill vehemently in its entirety, saying that if it sails through, it will disrobe states of their constitutionally defined roles. The letter was addressed to the Chairman Senate Committee on Power, Senator Gabriel Suswam, and copied the President of the Senate, Senator Ahmed Lawan, and the Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila. The Chairman of NGF and Ekiti State Governor, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, who signed the letter, said that the bill must be jettisoned because it is injurious to the states with regard to generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity in their domain. The bill is expected to be presented at the Senate on Tuesday by the former governor of Benue State and chairman of the Committee on Power. Finally, at number 1, the Federal High Court in Abuja has refused to grant the bail application of suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari. In a ruling on Monday, Justice Inyangekwo said the application had been overtaken by events following an order of a sister court granting the request of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to detain Kyari for another 14 days to enable it conclude its investigation. Justice Ekwo held that the sister court, which gave the order in favor of NDLEA on February 22nd, was a court of coordinate jurisdiction. However, the judge said he was inclined to hear Kyari's fundamental enforcement rights suit with the urgency it deserves after the expiration of the 14-day court order. He then adjourned until March 15th to hear Kyari's application to demand his fundamental right enforcement. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.